From MTN News, you're watching Montana This Morning.
MTN's John Shear getting a rare look at Yellowstone's bison capture facility at Stevens Creek. He shares the tour and the latest from park officials.
I'm Megan Thompson, and coming right up, I'll tell you about a Butte man who finished a 1,300-mile canoe journey from Butte to the Pacific Ocean.
I'm Sam Hoyle, just outside of Helena at the Spokane Bar Sapphire Mine. Coming up in this week's Out and About, we'll take you sifting for sapphires.
Alrighty, 6:30.
Sifting for sapphires.
That is
sounds
some
fun.
alliteration if I've ever heard it.
Yeah, there's plenty of that.
That sounds like a fun activity.
Kind of like sensational sunshine, which is what we're seeing in the mining city.
But not outdoorable. That doesn't start with an S.
No,
but that perfectly describes what's going on.
It is going to be a gorgeous day. Get outside, enjoy it. It is going to warm up here real soon, so that's going to be something that we're going to have to take into consideration as we get toward the end of the weekend, early part of next week. Here's a look at the temperatures this morning. Into the 40s and 50s we go. It's going to be dry for the most part. If we do see showers or thunderstorms at any point in the next 3 to 5 days, they're going to be air mass thunder showers. That means that they're going to pop up, rain themselves out, and they're not going to be numerous. So the rain chances are pretty slim as it stands right now. Day planner calling for mostly sunny skies, relatively light winds, and highs near 80. That is, by my definition, outdoorable.
Yay.
It's a totally made-up definition.
I love that word.
I do too. It makes it more fun. We'll go. Gives you a little anticipation.
Yes,
right?
it does.
We'll talk more about your forecast and how many more outdoorable days there are coming up in just a few minutes.
Countdown to outdoorable begins. All right, 6:32. Our top story this half hour, Yellowstone National Park bison have been monitored and studied for years. Where most of that research takes place is at Stevens Creek Holding Facility, which is close to the public. MTN's John Shear was able to get a tour of that facility with park officials and shows us what this facility can do and what it means for the future of the park's bison.
In our language, when we say today is a good day, we say le umpetuki washtealo, and today is definitely a good day.
This ceremony at the site of the newly expanded Buffalo Quarantine Facility in Yellowstone National Park marks a dream for the future.
And I always talk about how they wanted to get rid of buffalo and consequently get rid of Indians, but the buffalo are still here, we're still here, and we're still fighting to bring them back to our culture. They're a big part of us culturally, spiritually.
Let's start talking more about restoration and about healing and really everything that this program is about.
This past winter, more than 1,500 bison were removed from the Yellowstone herd, most by hunters. The Park Service would like more bison to be preserved.
I fundamentally have a serious problem as a superintendent of Yellowstone shipping bison to slaughter. It's probably one of the most unpopular things to the American public, and it's something that we need to work together to move away from.
To that end, this facility was greatly expanded during the past year, thanks to $500,000 put up by the park and another $500,000 raised from donations.
The fact that we are where we are and the arduous and hard work it has taken to get here shows we can do hard things together. We can rebuild, we can make amends, and we can gain acceptance. And that is truly what this moment captures.
This gate right behind me, and you'll notice the park ranger over here, is a security area. It's about a mile away from the newly expanded bison facility and as close as I'm allowed to get to shoot this part of the story. That's because some bison were released a number of years ago when somebody broke in. Now, this event today was as much about thanking and congratulating each other for efforts to save more bison and share them with tribal members. It also seemed like a promise to themselves and to the public to continue to work on that until at some point in the future, perhaps no bison will have to be killed in Yellowstone National Park. I'm John Shearer, MTN News.
Thank you very much, John. 6:34 now. After 52 days and 1,300 miles, a Butte man returns home with a newfound respect for a little stream that flows all the way to the Pacific Ocean. MTN's Megan Thompson has this story.
Well, it all started right here in May at Silverbow Creek, where a Butte man and his cousin began a 1,300-mile canoe trip from Butte to the Pacific Ocean. With well-wishers cheering them on from the bank, Robert Lester and his cousin Braxton Mitchell shoved off on the first of 52 days of paddling and walking to the Pacific Ocean.
Really, at the beginning, you know, you couldn't even comprehend the real scope of the trip. It was more so just getting through that first day.
The pair paddled and portaged their way along the Clark Fork River to the Pend Oreille River, going into Canada for a little bit before connecting to the Columbia River and on to the Pacific Ocean.
No, day of the trip was as hard as I thought it was gonna be, but it was quite the grind and it was just quite the distance, you know?
The canoeists ended up walking about 175 miles of the trip to avoid rapids, beat the wind, and cross 40 dams. And while the pair expected this much, many might ask, why even take such a difficult journey?
A few reasons, you know. Butte's my home. This is where I grew up. And it's pretty cool to think that these same waterways, this water right here, goes all the way to the ocean. And then secondly, it's important because, you know, we have a rich history in Butte, and that rich history has left some scars on our environment. And that, you know, Butte has given a lot to this country throughout its history. So, you know, the people of Butte now deserve clean water, clean rivers, clean places to recreate.
And what is one lesson that Robert has learned from the journey?
It's the work that we put in that really made it worth it once we got there.
It's my pleasure to introduce to you the Pacific Ocean.
It was a really unique, amazing moment for me to be wading out into that ocean to go swim after putting in 52 days of work to get there.
In Butte, Megan Thompson, MTN News.
Just incredible journey. Congratulations. That's just fantastic. Well, Montana's mining history goes back for almost 2 centuries, but what can you do for fun? MTN's Sam Hoyle takes us to an opportunity to do just that outside of Helena in this week's Out and About.
You've likely heard a tale as old as time, whether you wanted to or not. But what about sifting through rocks as old as time? Well, here at the Spokane Bar Sapphire Mine, just outside of Helena, you can do just that.
At our mine here, you can find several different gemstones. Sapphires are the primary gemstone that we're looking for, but you can also find garnets, topaz, and the occasional gold nugget.
Cass Thompson is the third-generation owner and operator of the Spokane Bar Sapphire Mine and said he grew up playing in the dirt and offers several different experiences for rockhounds, both new and experienced alike.
Most folks that come out are buying our concentrate bags, and what the concentrates are is we use our heavy machinery to essentially take out all the hard work without taking out any of the gemstones. We also have a dig option where people can go dig their own material in virgin ground. And it's pick and shovel work. It is a bit more difficult. It is hard work, and you're not digging concentrate at that point.
But regardless of what option people decide to go with, it seems like it's a hit for everyone.
We decided when our kids got old enough and we're able to be out here and enjoy it a little bit to bring them out here. I'm hoping for the family heirloom quality stuff, something that's just going to leave an impression on my kids and a great memory.
You know, it's just fun and finding some nice gemstones to add to the collection, and these guys seem to have some of the bigger ones in the area.
If this has sparked your interest in rock hounding, you can dig up details on Spokane Bar on their Facebook page. Just outside of Helena, Sam Hoyle, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Sam. Now, a Montana-raised woman recently published a book showcasing her grandmother's photography with the goal of preserving history. MTN's Kelsey Marispin spoke with the author to learn more about the early 1900s photography of Jessamine Spear Johnson.
This photograph was snapped nearly a century ago by Jessamine Spear Johnson, but Jessamine tucked this and thousands of her other photographs away in a box, only to be rediscovered by her granddaughter, who is now working to show them off.
They're a portal to another era.
I think they had a sense that they were also living history.
A trip back in time.
In 1908, she bought her first phone camera, a Brownie, for $2.
These photographs, a time capsule from the days of the Wild Wild West.
She was capturing what it was like to live then, what it was like to ranch. There's lots of cattle, sheep, dude ranching photos, but there's also historical photos.
Jessamine Spear Johnson was a pioneer in more ways than one.
Jessamine never went anywhere without her camera.
Snapping photographs of life across Montana and Wyoming. Tempe Javits now lives in California, but wrote a book about her grandmother's life, and she'll be here next month for a book signing.
The book that I just published, the South Dakota Historical Society Press, 7th try, publisher said yes, and please make it a photo book.
Jessamine lived at a time when women were just starting to enter the workforce and become more independent, but photographers like her were rare.
Photography was not as common among these women as we would like to think, and in large part that's simply because photography is an expensive hobby. We do have a lot of professional photographers, but it's different when you're a professional.
Lauren Hunley is a historian at the Western Heritage Center in Billings and says Jessamine's candid photography paints a picture of what life was actually like.
They're documenting what they do on a daily basis. They're documenting what's happening on their ranch. As a historian, those are the photographs that are so vitally important to us.
Photographs that preserve Western history and now documented for all to see.
The photos there are historically amazingly important. I had no idea how important until I started doing more research, and that all happened within her lifetime and with her own girls. She had a feeling, I'm sure, that she was seeing history happen.
In Billings, Kelsey Marison, MTN News.